Hello and welcome to a quick recovery day workout. I wouldn't even name it a workout, but you will get the point. This is mobility stretching based. You can do this for a couple of minutes. You can take more of your time, like 30 to 45 minutes. Depends on how you feel and what you want to do. But this will boost your recovery day, your recovery on a recovery day, and will just give you a good feeling to start into the next week. So if you have the time, do it. And don't forget about the other things we talk about recovery, things like sleeping, eating well, resting, focusing on your mind a little bit is very important for recovery as well. But this can add up to it to start super fresh into a new training week. And I start with sitting on my calves. This gives me compression on my backside, especially because my hamstrings are pressing against my calves, and it's just there's not that much blood coming through, and I can really feel the muscles compressing. I have a full knee flexion in this position. I can even add to this exercise by putting up my toes in a toe sit. This gives you a strong stretch on the soles of your feet and your plantar fascia area, and this is optional, but this is the position. Sit here for 10 minutes, but if you're a beginner, if it's getting really hard for you, you do like a couple of minutes, like 3 or 5 maybe, and work up towards 10. And then when you come back out of this position, you can really feel blood coming back through your muscles. They are working, again, there's the blood flow going through it, and it just feels amazing afterwards. You can check out your legs a little bit and then get into the next position, which is kind of a half position of this. You have your leg in a deep squat, close to the glutes, to the hamstrings against calves again. And then you can bounce a little bit into it, mobilize your ankle, can even go a little bit on the outside. Play with it, keep on moving, can grab your knees, stretch into it a bit, hold the static position. And then from here you could even get into a squat, another position you can stay in for 10 minutes maybe. But these are all poses that I could do. Even I could watch TV right now, I could read, I could do something else while performing these things, and it's just I can switch the side from here and continue on this side. It just gives me a little bit of activation without doing too much. Some type of, it's not really passive what I'm doing here, it's more passive in the squat and in the calf sit, but it just wakes my body up. If I do this in the morning, or if I had the whole rest day, if I'm going to bed in an hour, amazing either way. And now I'll get into a 3-round circuit of a few easy movements that are today designed for mainly my backside. If you did a lot of deadlifts in the past few days or during the week, if you did a lot of jumping or sprinting and your hamstrings or calves or feet are a bit sore, this is for you. And we start with optional a chair. If you do not have the best backside, it's probably a good idea to have a chair for the next movement. If you're able to touch the ground easily with bent knees, you do not really need it. You could walk forward, it gets easier. But if you want to do it a bit more comfortable, grab a chair, put your elbows on it, and then start walking the hamstring walk. Always fully extend your knee, and then we do 40 reps on each side. Sorry, actually it's 40 alternating reps, so 20 on each side. But you could do 40 on each side, you could go for 80 if you feel like this is good, because this is an exercise when you do it for a few reps, it really starts to feel better. Again, if you're already as flexible as I am, you don't really need a chair. You can do this on the ground. And feel your hamstrings lengthening. Amazing. So next thing we do, probably do not see the ceiling, are toe touches. I'm extending fully, trying to touch the ceiling, and then I go down, rounding the back, important, touching the ground. And then I go back and down. And we do 15 reps of these. And back to the ground. It's very important that we learn to distinguish between a bent back and a flat back. A rounded is probably better than bent. Bending is kind of both. Between a rounded back and a flat back, because next thing we do is 10 deadlifts, where we do the same movement. We can't go as deep. I cannot touch the ground with a flat back. But this is not why I'm doing this. It's because I really want to feel what the difference is. Because I feel a healthy and a strong back depends a lot on the ability to distinguish between this flat back situation where you really need to have some isometric action going on in your core, in your back, to hold the position, and between the fluidity of the movement when I'm rounding my back in the toe touch exercise. And then I finish off with a couch stretch. Take my chair. If you have shorter legs than I have, it's probably better to use a couch or a bed, because this might be too tall for you. Either way, bring your knee up here on this side, and then I'm trying to tilt my pelvis backwards to really feel the stretch from my hip flexor area down to the whole quad to the knee, and stretch out in this position. 1 minute on the left, then 1 minute on the right side, and then we do the whole thing, the hamstring walk, toe touch, deadlift, and couch stretch thing for 3 whole rounds. I normally do 40 alternating reps on the walk, 15 toe touches, 10 deadlifts, 1 minute here. That is over now, almost. And then I switch sides and stretch the other side.